All right, y'all, what's up, man? Welcome back to the channel again, man. We just still on that Monday little news day, man. You know, I'm gonna come to some music too, though, before the day is up. But, you know, I'm just catching the stories that's like, hey, I ain't know that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a lot of secrets and news that's out there that we just didn't know. Not saying that you got to be in people's business, but what it is when you cut on the news, you automatically in their business. So without further ado, what we finna do, we finna go on and dip into this one because this is Pimpin, who was cool with, you know what I'm saying, Pimp C, and, you know what I'm saying, Bun B and all them or whatever. And it's like how he mysteriously got unalived, you know what I mean? And it's like now we kind of like filling the puzzle together, you feel me? So this Pimpin out of his own mouth, who got the videotape of Pimp C and Beyonce, doing they do, like how Puffy got all the tapes right now today. Beyonce was already on tapes, and Pimp C was gonna put it out, and Jay-Z and them wasn't having that, allegedly. So we're gonna get to the story, yo, and I'm gonna let them tell the story because I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want no AI twisting words or nothing. So let's go right to the horse's mouth, man, and see what's going down. I'll let your boy like, shit, subscribe. Let's go.
And he showed you a that would probably break the internet in today's world.
Right. She's a big time R&B. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of big time R&B.
Come on, man. Who
then, you know, I ain't gonna call it.
What man wouldn't want to?
You know, you had Mary J. Blige, you had Beyonce.
And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it.
Pimpin' Ken just dropped a bomb on a newly recovered tape allegedly featuring none other than the late Pimp C and Beyonce. And Jay-Z is livid.
Well, I can tell you there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time.
Could this be the footage that Beyonce's team fought so hard to keep buried? And why is Jay-Z so desperate to shut down any talk about it? Some say this tape might expose hidden truths that could unravel the carefully crafted image of music's power couple.
And if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and acting like a straight up G, and then you get over here and you let any boy bust up your back.
But could this tape be connected to Jay-Z's alleged plans to silence Pimp C once and for all? And now that it's been recovered, what does it mean for the future of the music empire Jay-Z and Beyonce built?
The lady, I think it would be embarrassing, you know, for her to, you know, have that out there at the rate and the status she is now.
Will this newly uncovered footage reveal the truth about Pimp C's death and what Jay-Z might have been hiding all along? Pimp C was a Southern hip-hop legend known for boldly addressing the music industry's darker secrets. However, before he could reveal everything he'd uncovered, he was discovered dead in his hotel room in 2007. Though his death was officially ruled an overdose, fans and insiders have long suspected there might be a far more sinister explanation.
But nobody talk about when we went and viewed the body. Man, Pimp C head was this big. And his lips would look like plastic. His whole face.
Rumors have circulated that Pimp C had footage that would expose some of the biggest names in the business, including Beyonce. But what was on that footage, and could it be the reason he lost his life? Some sources suggest that Jay-Z may have had a hand in keeping this tape buried. Was it part of a larger plan to keep Pimp C silent, or was it something even more sinister? Let's dive into the mystery of this viral tape, Pimp C's death, and the secrets of the music industry. Pimp C wasn't just another rapper. He was a pioneer in Southern hip-hop, one half of the iconic duo UGK, and a man who spoke his mind no matter the cost.
And if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and acting like a straight up G, and then you get over here and you let any boy bust up your back.
But his boldness came at a price. Pimp C had seen things in the industry that he couldn't keep quiet about. He once warned that the business was filled with dirty dealings, but what he didn't say publicly was that he had proof. Man. Pimp C was reportedly in possession of footage that could have blown the lid off some of the biggest stars in the industry, including Beyonce. But before he could make his next move, he was gone. And now, years later, that footage is in Pimpin' Ken's hands. In a revealing interview, Pimpin' Ken shared explosive details about a tape featuring the late Pimp C and a prominent figure in the music industry. While he refrained from naming names, he described the individual as a well-known R&B singer who was in a relationship with someone noted for their significant wealth at the time. Pimpin' Ken emphasized the tape's potential impact, stating it was so shocking that it could break the internet in today's digital landscape.
And he showed you a that would probably break the internet in today's world.
Right.
Pimpin' Ken described the female star as a big-time R&B diva, highlighting that she had a distinctive and loud demeanor during intimate moments. He implied that this singer had been involved with several rappers from Houston, but he chose not to reveal her identity out of respect for Pimp C's wishes. However, he dropped hints about the caliber of her fame, mentioning that she was more famous than Kim Kardashian, suggesting that if the tape were to be leaked, it could have generated a staggering amount of money, potentially trillions of dollars.
So, you know, and if I would have had it, I would anonymously put it out because I would have made trillions of dollars.
Yeah, but I say how much money you feel.
I think you'd have made trillions.
Interestingly, Pimpin' Ken noted that at the time the tape was supposedly recorded, Jay-Z had recently started dating Beyonce. This connection led to speculation that Pimp C's reluctance to collaborate on the song Big Pimpin' stemmed from fears that Jay-Z might discover the existence of the tape. The situation took a further twist when rumors emerged that J. Prince, the founder of Rap-A-Lot Records and a highly respected figure in both the streets and the music industry, intervened to help retrieve the tape. Allegedly, Jay-Z and Beyonce's team reached out to J. Prince, requesting his assistance in obtaining the tape from Pimp C. Despite Pimp C's reported agreement to return the tape, there were suspicions that he may have kept another copy hidden away. Pimpin' Ken's admission that he had seen the tape corroborated the idea that it was not a closely guarded secret, which likely infuriated Jay-Z and Beyonce. According to the conspiracy theory, J. Prince met with them to discuss a solution, and that's when the rumor claims they decided to take out Pimp C. Some people even believe that J. Prince kept a copy of the tape for himself to use as leverage in case he ever needed a favor from Jay-Z or Beyonce. Anyway, Pimp C wasn't just another rapper. He was a pioneer in Southern hip-hop, one half of the iconic duo UGK, and a man who spoke his mind no matter the cost.
And if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and act like a straight up G, and then you get over here and you let these boy bust up your back.
But his boldness came at a price. Pimp C had seen things in the industry that he couldn't keep quiet about. He once warned that the business was filled with dirty dealings, but what he didn't say publicly was that he had proof. Pimp C was reportedly in possession of footage that could have blown the lid off some of the biggest stars in the industry, including Beyonce. But before he could make his next move, he was gone. And now, years later, that footage is finally coming to light. Pimp C's death in December 2007 hit the hip-hop world hard. Officially, they said he died from a mix of lean, codeine syrup, and sleep apnea, a condition where you stop breathing while sleeping. But over the years, many of his close friends, family members, and fans have questioned the story. They think something more sinister happened, with rumors ranging from secret tapes to Illuminati conspiracies. For context, back in late 2007, Pimp C was in Hollywood, working on new music with Oakland rapper Too Short. On the morning of December 4th, Pimp was supposed to fly back to Texas to meet his wife and his cousin Edgar. But when he didn't show up, his family got worried. After repeated phone calls went unanswered, they asked the hotel staff to check on him. When they did, they found Pimp C unconscious in his room, and sadly, he had already passed away. According to DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia, the hotel room was like something out of a horror movie. He said Pimp C was found lying like he was praying, but there was blood all over the bed.
Blood all over the bed, but he was kneeled down like he had been praying. And the candles had been burnt all the way down. So they knew he had probably been dead for like a day or something, because he always lit these candles to help him sleep.
At first, people thought Pimp had been shot because of the amount of blood, but it turned out that wasn't the case. DJ Paul shared that Pimp's manager, Rick Martin, was also shocked by the scene, adding to the confusion. The official report from the coroner later stated that Pimp C's death was an accident caused by his sleep apnea, which was made worse by his lean addiction. Pimp C's love for lean was no secret in the hip-hop world. He, along with DJ Screw, was one of the first rappers to bring sipping lean into the mainstream, even having a hit song with UGK and 3 6 Mafia called Sippin' on Some Syrup. However, while a lot of rappers drank lean, not all of them died from it, which made some people question the official cause of death. Doctors said that Pimp's sleep apnea made him choke in his sleep, and because the lean knocked him out so deeply, he couldn't wake up to save himself. Bun B, Pimp's UGK partner, believed the official story. He explained that Pimp had gained a lot of weight while in prison, which made his sleep apnea worse. After Pimp C got out in 2005, he didn't work out much and went right back to drinking lean, which created a dangerous combination of health issues. Bun B said Pimp C went into prison wearing XL-size clothes and came out wearing 4XL. But not everyone close to Pimp C accepts that explanation. Some of his closest friends and even his mother, Mama West, believe that Pimp C was unalived. Mama West had a gut feeling something was wrong when Pimp didn't call her the night before he died, which he usually did. She has always believed that someone was in the room with him and that he was poisoned. Journalist Julia Beverly, who wrote a biography about Pimp C, said in an interview that Mama West thought her son was unalived. According to Julia, after Pimp C's death, the media ran with the story that he overdosed on codeine, but Mama West believed that was a lie. She suspected someone in Pimp's inner circle was involved in his death and even thought she knew who it was. Julia also said that Mama West once told her that the coroner didn't have enough solid evidence to claim it was a drug overdose, but they went with that story anyway.
His mom thinks he was poisoned, and there was someone with him when he passed who was a very shady, strange character. So there is actually a person of interest.
Too Short, who was working with Pimp C in the days before his death, also had doubts about the official version. He was supposed to meet Pimp C the day he was found dead, and when he didn't hear from him, he went to the hospital to try and get answers, but no one told him anything. Over the years, Too Short kept trying to find out what happened, but he never got any clear answers, which still bothers him today. He has mentioned how it seems strange that so many celebrities die alone in hotel rooms, adding that artists' work often becomes more valuable after they pass, which should make people suspicious.
I forgot if the door was locked or not. I had to break it down, because if the door wasn't locked, that means somebody left out.
Another close friend of Pimp C, a guy named Chalio, also didn't buy the official story. Chalio, who has sleep apnea himself, said that while it's not a pleasant experience, he never came close to dying from it. He also shared a theory similar to Too Short's, saying that when artists with big voices speak out, the media tries to make them look like addicts to discredit them. Right before Pimp C died, he had been calling out record labels and even claimed that some big names in the music industry were secretly gay. Chalio and others think that Pimp C might have been silenced for speaking out.
And if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and acting like a straight up G, and then you get over here and you let these boys bust up your back.
Orlando Brown, the former Disney star, also shared his thoughts about Pimp C's death. Orlando was mentored by Pimp C for 5 or 6 years, and in an interview with No Jumper, he said he never saw Pimp C drink lean in all the time they spent together. According to Orlando, the worst thing he ever saw Pimp do was drink a glass of red wine, which wasn't often. He believes the story about Pimp overdosing was a setup.
Chad only did, red wine, a cup of red wine like twice.
Really?
Yeah, so that whole situation with him, with them planting and like all that stuff was planted, bro. Like that's not even his.
Could Jay-Z have played a role in this? Sources suggest that Pimp C's knowledge of Jay-Z and Beyonce's secrets was a threat to their empire. And now with this new tape surfacing, we might finally learn the truth. However, some people believe that Pimp C's wife might have been used to orchestrate his unalivement. You see, Shannara, Pimp C's wife, started acting very strangely right before his death. Edgar, Pimp C's close friend, was supposed to go with him to LA as they always traveled together and had connecting rooms in case of an emergency. However, on this particular trip, Shannara told Pimp C that Edgar had to work and couldn't make it. But Edgar didn't actually have to work, and he had already told Shannara that he was planning to go. This raised red flags for Edgar, who immediately knew something was off. According to Edgar, Pimp C and Shannara had a big argument on the way to LA over a Bentley. Pimp wanted to use a car service to get to the airport, but Shannara insisted on driving the Bentley and leaving it in the airport parking lot. Pimp thought this was a bad idea, not wanting to leave such an expensive car in a public lot. Despite his concerns, Shannara made it a big issue, and they ended up taking the Bentley. Not only did they park it at the airport, but they also left it in a tow zone. Pimp later had to call Edgar, asking him to move the car. However, instead of letting Edgar handle it, Shannara decided to fly all the way back to Texas to move it herself, leaving Pimp alone in LA. If either Edgar or Shannara had been with Pimp in LA, he might still be alive. But because Pimp was left alone, his alleged unaliver had the chance to poison him and get away with it. This made Edgar suspicious about Shannara's involvement. He thought it was strange that she lied about Edgar having to work, knowing that if Edgar had been there, he might have been able to prevent what happened. It also seemed odd that Shannara made such a big deal about driving the Bentley to the airport when they could have easily hired a driver. On top of that, there was no real reason for Shannara to fly back to Texas to move the car when Edgar could have done it. The entire situation didn't add up and seemed very suspicious. After Pimp's death, Shannara also had a falling out with the rest of Pimp's family. She was put in control of his estate, handling his money and business matters. However, after about 9 years, one of Pimp's kids, Chad Jr., filed a lawsuit to have her removed from managing the estate, claiming she had mishandled the finances. The lawsuit alleged that bills were unpaid, expensive jewelry was missing, and Pimp C's former mansion in Port Arthur, Texas, was in foreclosure. Even the Bentley was repossessed because Shannara couldn't pay the $2,800 monthly payment. Shannara argued that she had invested her own money to keep Pimp C's name alive, but without him around to make music and perform, the money was tight. However, lawyers presented evidence showing that she spent $150,000 between 2011 and 2013 and another $80,000 over the next 2 years. That money was supposed to go to all of Pimp's family members, not just her. But none of Pimp's kids ever saw any of it. Public records also revealed that Pimp's estate owed $7.2 million in back taxes and $5.1 million to former UGK manager Byron Hill. Additionally, the judge found that there was $150,000 worth of jewelry and other assets missing that Shannara couldn't explain. Pimp's son, Chad Jr., became especially upset when Shannara released 3 Pimp C albums after his death and was attending red carpet events. Shannara claimed she didn't see any money from the music and that all the revenue was spent on maintaining Pimp's brand, but the judge wasn't convinced by her story. Ultimately, Shannara was removed from managing the estate due to the way she had handled Pimp's money after his passing. Because of these questionable actions, some people believe that Shannara might have been part of a conspiracy to have Pimp C eliminated, but knowing Shannara, most fans are convinced that she didn't work alone. There had to be someone pulling the strings, and that someone was allegedly Jay-Z. Anyway, this isn't exactly the first time we've heard rumors that Jay-Z has pushed people out of the picture just for getting a little too close to Beyonce. Word on the street is he ended Terrence Howard's career just because Beyonce seemed a little too interested in him. Howard, who's known for his acting chops, shocked everyone when he announced he was retiring. He said he wanted to give new talent a chance and do his part to save the planet. But a lot of people were side-eyeing that explanation, wondering if Jay-Z's jealousy had something to do with it. Jay and Bey have long been rumored to hold all the cards in Hollywood and get rid of anyone they see as a threat. A clip of Beyonce dancing around Howard back in the day only fueled the rumors, especially given his reaction during the whole thing. In the clip, Beyonce is moving around Howard in a way that screams flirtatious, but he's barely reacting. His eyes are darting around and he looks tense, like he knows being in such close quarters with her might come back to bite him. Jay-Z's possessiveness has been the subject of many a whisper, and it's not hard to imagine Howard feeling the heat, knowing full well the kind of power the couple has behind closed doors. Terrence Howard's career has spanned decades, and he's given us unforgettable performances in films like Crash, Hustle and Flow, and Iron Man. He was also iconic as Lucius Lyon in Empire, where he really became a household name. But when Empire was wrapping up its final season in 2019, Howard dropped the first hint about retiring, saying he'd done enough in his career and was ready to take a step back. But he didn't really follow through until 2022, when he was promoting Best Man, the final chapters. This time, he was serious, saying on the red carpet, "This is the end for me. I've given the very best that I have as an actor." On the surface, it looked like Howard's choice to retire was just about wanting to step aside for younger talent. But when that clip of Beyonce dancing around him resurfaced, people couldn't help but wonder, was it really his choice or was there more to it? Could Jay-Z have had a hand in pushing Howard out, worried that the actor was getting a little too close to his wife? If you believe the rumors, this wouldn't be the first time Jay-Z allegedly used his influence to keep anyone who got too close to Beyonce in check. Watching Howard's body language in that clip, it's easy to see why some people think his retirement might not have been as voluntary as he made it sound. Now here's the real question. What happens next? With Pimp C's alleged tape-making waves, could this be the beginning of the end for Beyonce and Jay-Z's reign over the music industry? Or are they about to do what they do best, sweep the truth under the rug and keep things moving? This story is far from over, that's for sure. As fans keep digging and more secrets spill out, it's safe to say that the music industry might never be the same. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.
And that's what I'm talking about. But hey, check this out though, man. If your girl hot like that, and she's in the entertainment field, you in the entertainment field, he be doing what he do, and then she do what she do, how can you unalive another man because your woman is doing her job as far as entertaining, which you do, and it's like when you do it, she don't do it to you. It's like, that's crazy. It's like, don't be in that field if you're gonna get jealous and emotional about your woman being who she is. And every man in the world will love to dip they stick in, man. If they are anybody would to take her, bro. I mean, for the ones that do like her, or you know what I'm saying, there's some dudes that might be like, she ugly. It's a lot of women on her. But so far, Queen B, anybody would dip. So stop putting her out there like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like, share, subscribe, man. The coolest dude on YouTube. I'm just analyzing. You know what I mean? We be right back, man, with something else. Holla at your boy. Hit Squad. And Reckless. You know what I'm saying? MCDOK, baby. We came to do this. You heard?